When refugees come to Malaysia, what they generally find is that there is not much support from the local people.
This really hurts. Waiting for something, nobody can wait for something for a long time. But we wait. We know we have to wait. After waiting, when someone disappoints you, my only hope was UNHCR here. I don't have anything here. Why should I stay here? Why should I live? Why should I be alive?
Because refugees do not have legal standing in Malaysia, they cannot, like us normal people, go and sign a tenancy agreement and rent an apartment. So they're very much open to exploitation by potential landlords who can jack up the rental fee and kick them out if they decide that they can't afford it. That's one aspect of it. So if you imagine that you come to a country and you are paying an exorbitant amount to rent a room, which may be very small and which may have to fit your entire family, then the next point is that you definitely need to be able to pay for this apartment or this home. And because refugees in Malaysia don't have the legal ability to work, their work is all very low paying, it's very short term, there is no security in it, and they really go from day to day. So what happens is that if there is an issue where somebody falls ill and they can't go to work, you will find that all of a sudden they have gone from being survivors to practically on the breadline. And this is one of the biggest problems that we are seeing with the refugee population in Malaysia, is that they are so desperate that they are very much open to abuse by employers, abuse by unscrupulous people, abuse by their landlords.
Hi, my name is Julian, and I am head of this UNC school. And we have been started the school since 2011, and so far now we have been already 8 years. Yes, and actually this school is run by all the volunteers, run by the missions.
I run the St. Mary's Agape Mission School. We are a school that has roughly around 50 children, depending on who comes and who goes. And our youngest is 4 years old and our oldest is 16. We have 3 local Myanmar Chin teachers, and the remainder of our help are basically volunteers who we really depend on, because we cannot function without volunteers.
And they really appreciate anybody, volunteer teachers, anyone who comes to the center. You feel their love. Many of our volunteers told me, initially I thought I can't give them love and care, but in return they have taught us that they have nothing, they don't even know where the next meal is coming from, and yet they are always so happy, so happy. And so just like all the volunteers here, they taught me something. They taught me how lucky we are, and whatever we give them, all the love, they really appreciate. They are such sweet children. This is what united us.
The main thing in any refugee school obviously are the people. So we depend very heavily on our volunteers, because our volunteers come in with very good English. We also spend a lot of money on rental. We have to pay our community, our Myanmar community teachers, and there are the operational costs like water and electricity. We have an internet connection. And obviously every single day we give them lunch. So we also have a stipend for food. All this comes out of donors, and this is by and large how all refugee schools run. It's all by donations, some through the the local refugee community, but mostly through the Malaysian community.
Our founder has left the school last December, and we were supposed to close it up, but because of the large number of children, we have about 94 at that time, and if we do close up the school, at least half of them will not be able to find another refugee school, and they walk to school. So because of that, we wanted to carry on, and it's also because we have grown very attached to them, we know the families, we know their stories, their trauma, what they go through, what they are going through. So we won't give up without a fight.
For many of us, it's taken for granted that we go to school once we reach 7 years old or even younger. We stay in school through middle school, through high school. Most of us think that it's taken for granted that we are going to university. It's not so for this group of people, because they may go to primary school, they may go to middle school, but the moment they hit about 14 or 15, they are then requested by family very often to leave school and to work. This is so that the family can have a bit more of a financial cushion in case something happens. Now, we find that very unusual because our families in general do not pull us out at the age of 14 or 15 to work. But for these children, this is a very real prospect that they face every day that they're in school. So once they get the bare minimum of English and math, the next step is the parents say to them, you're ready to go out and work. You need to contribute to the family financial situation.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I am married to Miles, who has been a pastor in the church here in KL for the last 2.5 years. And we've come from the UK, and as a church we wanted to get involved in the community here in KL. We wanted to kind of demonstrate God's love in a very practical way, and the needs of refugees here in KL is really, they're really obvious. And we felt as a church that we wanted to get involved in one of the refugee schools here. So we went and visited a school called the United Learning Centre, which is about 10 minutes from the church. You can walk there, and it's an amazing place full of beautiful children with real potential, but it's also chaotic and the buildings are run down, and actually just it was really sad to go and see all these children that have such potential just being in a place where actually that can't be realised. And when I first went, which was about 2 years ago now, I arrived, I met with the head teacher, and he asked me to take a class, and my background is in education and teaching, so he gave me a class of 16-year-olds, and I asked them what they wanted to be when they grew up, and I've asked that question of 16-year-olds before in the UK, and you get all the usual answers like lawyers and doctors, and they just didn't really know. They said that maybe they would end up working in shops or restaurants, or maybe they would get a job at IKEA, and I was just gutted when I heard their responses. I just thought these are young, able people that should have all sorts of possibilities made available to them, and I think that has to start with education. So yeah, that was why I personally felt like that was the school we wanted to be involved in. And so we are rebuilding classrooms at the moment. We are working with the head teacher to bring in a new curriculum, and we are providing volunteers to go in and to deliver that curriculum, to organise the classes, and also quite a few of the children, probably about half of them, actually board in the school. So there's one room for boys, one room for girls, they each have one bathroom. It's very, very basic. So we are building dorms and putting in beds and proper bathrooms and showers, just to provide them with every opportunity to learn and to thrive and to have access to a better education.
My name is Fadhly Abu Mansor. I'm a senior project architect in YTL Construction. My role in this company is to take charge and coordinate any design and build project from within YTL Corporation itself. Our HOD did a briefing on a new project, which is extension and renovation of this United Learning Centre. So they've been talking about it for quite a while, and then they've also been to the site for site measuring And it starts from there, and then the whole department kind of know what's the basic idea of this place is.
Myself and my team were asked to help improve the condition of United Learning Center. It's a refugee center for Myanmar children in IB, Kuala Lumpur. I can't believe that a structure or a house that size can actually fit 60 to 70 children, and of course not to mention the adult caretakers that help maintain the place. 3x4 room actually sleeps 20 children at night, and it's the same room becomes a hangout area for them and a study area during daytime.
You can see that building is all run down, and then there's so many children. And this is why I feel pity. I want to put my hands on it. I was hoping to help them as much as I can.
We instantly want to get involved in it because this is one project where special. That's a non-profit project, but it is a life-giving project.
I'm Millest, and I work for Frog Asia, which is an education company, and I'm also a pastor's wife of a church, and we deal a lot with the refugees in Malaysia from Myanmar and the different tribes there. Here in Malaysia there are not really protective laws for these people who come in seeking refuge, and so these guys don't get healthcare and they don't get schooling, so they have to set up their own schools and teach their own children. They don't get given teaching staff, so they just have to teach the kids themselves with what limited knowledge they have. And so we're trying to help in a number of ways. One of those ways is, as part of Frog Asia, we're using this learning platform, and we're filling this learning platform with teaching material, loads of lessons so the kids can learn using material that has been written by professionals from all over the world, but really great places like the UK and international schools here. So we have many volunteers who are creating curriculum specifically tailor-made for these refugee children, and trying to make it as interactive as possible and as fun as possible.
What would you need to do if you were trying to find a refugee school to help at? The easiest thing to do would to be contact the UNHCR Educational Department and say to them that you're looking for a refugee school to help. Tell them what organization you're with, and very often they will be happy to give you a list of schools in the area that you have targeted. Another option is to go onto Facebook and find this group, and its name, the group is called Let's Tutor a Refugee Child, and they by and large will be able to tell you virtually all the refugee schools that are in and around the Klang Valley. So that would be your best bet. Otherwise, if you check with your friends and family, very often you'll find that through churches and through CSR organizations that people do come in contact with many refugee schools.